Hi guys, welcome to Mike's. A person wrote in and kindly asked if I could just do a quick tutorial, like a 10-minute, on how you just start playing the piano, how you just start getting into it. Well, I of course always recommend get yourself a teacher. But if you're itchy and you've got a keyboard around, I can show you where to start so you can make chords that sound great to the ear and sort of sound like the music you're playing. So what I'll be doing, there's an example, like 3 chords used in a rock song. So now these 3 chords are built exactly the same. I'm taking that, moving down here. You don't have to learn this right now. I'm just going to show you how easy, how little movement, and how the small amount of information you've got to memorize, right? So you could, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and faith. There's what you can do with 3 chords, guys. So what I'm going to do in this video is play each chord slowly. We're just going to do the white notes, okay? For example, we're going to start our chord on a white note. So if you don't know this, remember this. C, D, E. I'm starting the C. It's right to the left of the 2 black notes. There's 3 black notes, 2 and 3. And I know the keyboard's kind of overwhelming when you just sit down and start looking at it. But remember this, it's only this big between my hands. There's only that many different notes right there to there, right? And like if I took a saw and cut there and cut here and took it out and cut here and cut here and took it out, they'd be exactly the same. I could stack that right on top. See how they're identical? One goes up and makes higher notes, one goes down and makes the lower or bass notes. This C here is your favorite note ever. It's everybody's favorite note. You'll learn why. For now, just accept that's a great note. We're calling that middle C in the middle of the keyboard, okay? All right, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, what we're going to do is play the major chord that corresponds to those, right? I'm just going to do it faster. You don't have to memorize. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Those are the ones I'm going to lay out in this vid, and you can look them up. I'll put them here, like I'll say, I'm going to go through them in a sec, and you can freeze on that spot. For example, that's our C major chord, and I'll write C, and I'll put the notes here. Okay, and then in the definition, I'll put the time that the chord appears. I'll put that time where the chord appears. So if you're trying to learn a piece of music and you need to know 3 chords, you can resource this. You play this vid and you go, oh, okay, 1:15, that's where, you know, A major is. And you zoom down there and freeze it, and I'll show you where that A is. Okay, and I'll give you a little discussion on it. So, anyways, I'm motor mouthing here. Sorry about that. Let's slow down. I'm going to go through the major chords now, okay? Here we go. C. C major. And again, what I'm going to ask you to do is, after you go get yourself a piece of music you'd like to play, and go get the chord names for it, and come back, resource this, and memorize these chords. Take them back to your piece and play them, okay? That's where we're going to start. That's your first exercise in music. C. We're going to play 1 note, always in the bass. We're going to play 3 in the right hand at this point. C major. C, C, E, and G. C. D major. D, D. Uh-oh, we're playing a black note now. So what are we going to call that? Well, this is our F, the white key. Now the black key, right above it, we're calling it the F sharp. It's associated. It's not as high as G, it's not as low as F, it's in the middle. It's sharp of C, or F, F sharp. So our D major, D, D, F sharp, A. E. Our hand's exactly the same position, just moved up one. E, E, E. Here we're playing the sharp over G. G sharp. And up here for our third note, B. Next chord, F. F major. F, F, A, and C. That's our F chord. Again, we're going to cookie cutter up to the next one. G. G, G, B, and D. G major. We're up to A. A, C sharp now, and E. A major. It's in that tune I was playing earlier. B. B major. B, B. I'm going to do a sharp D, D sharp, and a sharp over F, F sharp. B major. And look at that. We're up to C, and that's where we started this whole thing. C major. Okay, that's all our major chords. So go find your tune and see if it just has real basic chords on top of it. And you can come back here and learn these chords. Now, for here, it would just be a capital C. Now, when they start writing chords out, and as you get better, you'll start figuring out, oh, they got C and then a 7 after it. It's just like adding a note to it. It's no big thing. So where it says C7 right now, I just want you to play the C chord. You're going to get enough sound out of that to be able to do your tune, okay? Don't get too worried about, not prefixes, but suffixes after the chord name, okay? So we see but what we want to do is get a sheet of music that just has just a chord name alone, like a C or a D. We don't want a D with a little M and a 7 and a 9. The longer it gets after that name, the more complex the chord gets. So for now, try to find a tune with just those basic chords. Come back here, resource those chords, and then memorize them. And you know what? In a couple weeks, you'll be able to play your first tune, right? What I was playing earlier there, that Stones tune was just E, D, A, E. You can do that in a couple weeks, guys. I promise you, you can. Just stick with it. Now, please send me a vid or give me a comment on how you make out and if this helped you at all. Thanks a lot. See you later.